Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of America's favorite game, Who Wrote That Shopping List? This is what, episode 15, 16 by now? I'm not going to go through the rules. We know how it goes. I find a shopping list. We go through it line by line. We try and figure out who wrote it. We make gross assumptions, make a few jokes here and there. Everybody loves it, except for maybe if you wrote this list and you see it and I'm way off and I made a gross assumption about you. Whatever. So let's not waste any more time. I know what you're thinking. Halloween month is over. Why is there still so much black? I know. I didn't realize it until I sat down. That black tablecloth, black sweatshirt. I promise next episode, I will not wear something black. I know it's slimming and I know I need it, but we won't. We won't do it. I'm gonna wear something bright, something colorful. I don't know, whatever it is. That's next week. This week, we've got a tiny little Post-it note. It's a small list, but there's a lot to get to, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the game. Who wrote that shopping list? So we've got a very simple blue Post-it note for this week's list, very small. And like I said, it's a small list. It's small in size, but it packs a lot of information. So we are going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to start up at the top. And you see we got bread, and a lot of these are checked off, which is great. So this person obviously did a lot of work to get this list done before they lost it. So we got bread and we got some bagels, what's your favorite kind of bagel? I am very much I'm a cinnamon raisin bagel. I don't really like raisins a lot, but I do enjoy some cinnamon raisin bagels. I always used to remember, or I do remember when I was growing up and my parents in New England, and we would get Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast sometimes when it was like a treat day. And I would always want a toasted bagel with cream cheese back before it was like $48 to go out to breakfast somewhere. So that was always fun to get donuts, and every so often I'd get a bagel if I was good. So it wasn't very often. Underneath this, I don't really know what that is. I don't really know. I don't know. What does that say on that third line? If you know what that says, please tell me, because I'm sure that it's something easy that I just don't know. It looks like MUY. But the cross out does not help. So something, but they got it, whatever it was, they've got it. We got a 100% success rate so far. Underneath that, we got some chips, and I'm guessing they're potato chips. Traditionally, I am a salt and vinegar. I was team barbecue for a really, really long time. And then at one point, I just had some salt and vinegar chips, and I remembered how great those were. And so now I'm team salt and vinegar, and I've been slowly working in sour cream and onion, though. I've been kind of working in sour cream and onion every so often when I don't want something that has as much bite, has as much of a sharp taste as salt and vinegar. So I've been slowly working in sour cream and onion, and I haven't made it back to barbecue yet, but at some point. And maybe they mean like Doritos. I don't know. If you know, you can't go wrong with a good bag of Doritos. So, and we got finally to the first one that we didn't pick up yet. We have our first miss, which is pizzas. And so, you know, they just, hopefully they remembered to grab those pizzas, because I'm a pizza fan. And that's not just because I was a huge Ninja Turtles fan growing up. It's just because pizza is quite honestly one of the world's perfect food. And I'm I'm not very experimental when it comes to pizzas. Give me a cheese or a pepperoni pizza, and that's about all I need, man. I don't need much more than that. I'm a cheese or pepperoni kind of guy, cheese preferably. That's the Kevin McAllister in me, that I want cheese pizza. We have our first shorthand coming up, where we got HD buns, and this is the first time I disagree with this person, because a hamburger bun is in fact a bun, but when you're talking about hot dogs, which I think is what that HD stands for, they're hot dog rolls. So that might just be the Northeastern guy coming out, but yeah, HD buns, HD rolls, baby, hot dog rolls. But they did manage to get those. Now I've noticed now that a lot of hot dog here now, anyway, they are introducing the top split, where the cut is in the top cut hot dog rolls. So I'm happy to see that, because that was always there used to be, like growing up, there were restaurants that would do that. They would do the top split, and I'm just now starting to see those where you can buy those, for home use. So that always makes me real happy. This one's going to be a very controversial one, because I'm going to ask a question that goes with it. Because next up is cereal, and the question is, of course, what is your go-to cereal? Mine is Cinnamon Toast Crunch #1, with Fruity Pebbles a very, very close #2. Those two are my go-tos. Lucky Charms, I don't want to hear any offensive jokes about that, but Lucky Charms also a third in the mix, but never go wrong with those. I've noticed that in hotels, like when I stay in hotels and have a continental breakfast, which is literally just, we have these weird eggs that nobody really likes and cereal. Fruit Loops seem to be my go-to cereal in a hotel setting, and I don't know why. I can't really explain it, but here we are. So, it is what it is, I guess. The generic snacks. I don't know. We're into Christmas tree cake season, so maybe those are your snack of choice. It doesn't really say candy, so I'm guessing. See, I would put like cookies here. I would have put chips, but they have chips on there already, so chips not part of snacks. I do appreciate how they differentiate between snacks and chips. So maybe they want cookies, maybe they want fruit snacks or something like that. I don't know. But snacks, so far the only thing that we haven't gotten on this list is pizzas, which good for the afternoon, not good for night, because what are you going to do for pizza? When you don't have pizza for dinner, what are you going to do for dinner? And we're going to follow up this good streak of checking things off with the last one on this side, lunch meat. And give me honey ham all day long. That's my jam for lunch meat. Can't go wrong with some good honey ham. So I know there's a lot of bologna lovers out there too. So I won't say anything bad about bologna. Bologna is what we had, what I ate. I ate a lot of bologna sandwiches as a youth. So, can't say anything bad about the bologna. So we're done with column #1. Only one thing not bought on column #1. So we're doing pretty good. Let's go to column #2. We start up here. Ritz crackers. Spelling mistake, but that's okay. Ritz crackers, always good. No dip listed so far. Which is interesting. They just want the crackers by themselves. Maybe we'll get to some dip later. I don't know. But Ritz crackers, a staple. You can't really go wrong with that. And look at that. You can see underneath, we got the basis of some kind of dip, maybe with some sour cream. The only problem is they haven't picked it up. So we are kind of, we're not doing so hot on the, and okay, so Ritz crackers, you have Ritz crackers, chips, and snacks all listed separately, because I would put Ritz crackers as a snack also. So maybe they got some kind of special thing that they're doing with that. Maybe they need to make a dip for work or something. I don't know. Underneath that, Oh, here we go. Cheeses. And I don't know what this says after this, but maybe SH for shredded. I don't know. Something and shredded cheese. I am a fan of cheeses. I now have a bag of mozzarella cheese that is in the refrigerator that is referred to as the snacking cheese. So, you know, I'm all about some snacking cheese. So maybe they want some snacking cheese. I don't know. The shredded mozzarella cheese, perfect for snacking. You just take it out by the handful. Just get yourself some cheese. They did get that though. Bacon, question mark? I guess it depends on the market price of bacon. It's like when you go to a seafood restaurant and you want, you know, not shrimp, really not, but like lobster and other items, some seafood items, it will say market price. And so you got to decide if you want to pay that market price. And bacon, one of those things where they don't give you a lot, but they charge a lot. So I understand the question mark, but a house with bacon is a happy house. So that should be an exclamation point, in my opinion. Then we move down to coffee. Also not picked up yet, not crossed off the list. Interesting, no brand or flavor of coffee. Interesting to note. So, you know, they know what they like. I think it gives you a clue about maybe this person is the only person. Maybe there isn't multiple kinds of coffee. So we have now 2 packages of butter, and you know, you got to make sure you get 2. So obviously some baking or some cooking or something going on with it when you have the cheese, the bacon, some butter, the Ritz crackers and the sour cream kind of go together, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they put sour cream, and is sour cream in like ranch dressing packets? Like, does that do something? Does that start making like ranch dip or something? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not good with that stuff, so I'm not really sure. I do know about peanut butter. Crossed off, we got some peanut butter, Team Smooth all the way. I don't trust somebody that only eats crunchy peanut butter. I think you got something wrong with you. I don't know. So we're just gonna move right on from that. I think there is pretty much only one superior peanut butter brand. I think Jif pretty much has it. Peter Pan does make peanut butter, but I don't know. And this, I don't know what that is. Saltines? Is that supposed to be saltines? I'm going to guess that it's saltines. So more crackers. You have saltines, you have Ritz crackers, you have snacks listed that are not any kind of crackers. I don't know. I don't know what is going on in this part. Like, what does this person consider snacks then? I think the saltines and the peanut butter, though, go together. I'm just saying, if you haven't tried that, you should. Mac and cheese, baby. Mac and cheese, always a good choice. You get the Kraft Blue Box. You know, is there anything else for mac and cheese? No, just stir it slow and don't talk. Underneath that, we got generic syrup. Is it maple syrup? Is it something else? I don't know. They're not specific on their syrups. In my world, maple is pretty much the only syrup. So I know there's like baking syrups, though. I know there's like Caro syrup, and there's other, you know, other syrups you can get. So maybe that's not maple syrup. But in my mind, I see syrup and I immediately just think maple syrup. So, and last but not least, we have, does that say dream tea? I don't think that says iced tea. It's not peach tea. Dream tea, is dream tea a thing? I've never Googled it. I don't know. I don't like to Google these beforehand. I don't really like to look at them much beforehand. So some kind of tea. So they're a tea drinker, obviously, and that gives you the whole Post-it note. There's nothing on the back, so we can't use any clues from there. So there's your whole list. You can tell me what stands out to you, what you know you have that really lets you give a clue to the identity of this person. I have a couple of clues. So we're going to touch on that here, but taking a look at it just for another few seconds before we move on to the final guess, and we try and figure out who wrote this shopping list. All right, so now it's time for the final guess, and like I said in the beginning, there's not the list is small on size, but it is big on information and a lot of basics, a lot of your basic items, your bread, your bagels, and a few cheat items, a few treat items, because you can't live off just bread and bagels alone. You got to have more stuff in here. I think my gut tells me, just looking at it, that this person probably lives by themselves. They live alone, and they're not buying stuff like multiple flavors or multiple varieties of things. They know what they want. They're using shorthand. They're putting in things like cereal, but they're not saying what kind of cereal because they know what kind of cereal they want. They're going to go, all right, I'm going to write cereal, and when I get to the cereal aisle, whatever I see, I know what I like. I'm going to get it. Pizzas, they write pizzas on here, so they know what kind of pizzas they want. They're not putting, whatever for whoever, this, that, the other, coffee, stuff like that. Like, they have their own stuff that they like. So I think that this one was written by somebody who lives by themselves, who is just trying to get their weekly or monthly, however often they do shopping. They're just trying to get their list done and get out. They're not, as my mom used to say, they're not farting around and browsing or anything like that. Like, they write it down as they need it, and they're just doing their list. So it's not like a big family thing. It's not a big whatever. This person might cook a little bit because they do want butter, and they do want some of these. They just wrote syrup. So is it maple syrup? Is it some other kind of syrup? I'm assuming. As a man of fine culture and cuisine, maple syrup is about the only syrup I really care about. But I know that there is stuff like, like Caro syrup and stuff like that. So is it, some kind of other syrup, or is it just that? It's very vague. It's very generic. So that they know what they're after. So that's my guess. Judging also by the handwriting, probably a single guy, or just a guy who lives by himself. So. Tell me if you think that I got it right. Tell me if you think that I got it wrong. I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong. Who knows? Maybe it's a mom who has snacks she's buying for a kid. She just wrote snacks. I don't know. It's just my best guess. Gross, wild assumptions here. If you like what we're doing here, make sure to give this video a like. You can subscribe also so you never miss an episode. Turn on the notifications so you always get alerted when we upload a shopping list video or a sit-down stand-up or any of the other surprises that we have. We did a horror short that went up on Halloween, so make sure to check that out if you haven't already. We have plenty more surprises coming up that we will sprinkle in amongst the regular uploads. We got more shows coming, so stay tuned to that. And as always, thank you for watching. We would not be able to do some of the things that we do without you. You can consider subscribing, where you can join. They have some kind of join membership thing where you get early access to stuff and whatever else. I don't know. I don't make all this stuff. It just kind of happens. But make sure to leave a comment if you think I got it right, if you think I got it wrong. And until next time, please, I waffle back and forth because I don't really have like a catchphrase with this. So sometimes I think, leave your shopping list behind so I have more content, or don't leave your shopping list behind. Otherwise, I'm going to find it and I'm going to make gross assumptions about you. I don't know which one is better. I don't know which one is more fun, but whichever one you think is best, pretend I said that one.